What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I wanted to give a little bit of time for the dust to settle as we have now confirmation. The documents that we thought were going to come out have started to come out. Apparently, there are more articles being written. However, based on my sources with some of these journalists, I think this is about as much as we're going to get. For people who have been following, I hope you'll appreciate that I've tried to stay upfront about my own biases. I do enjoy Dr. Disrespect. I've continued to give him the benefit of the doubt because we've seen numerous examples of people who have had their entire lives ruined based on rumor and speculation. And I think based on now what we have a direct statement from the doc, and people are going to feel some kind of way about this. I think if you hear what he has to say here and you think, I'm done, that's it, I think that you're 100% valid in feeling that way. If you read this and you think, well, that wasn't very satisfying, I don't really know enough, that's also valid. I think a lot of people really dislike the doc and want to believe the absolute worst. The fact of the matter is we don't really know what was said. I don't want to just sweep or cover for him and pretend like it isn't a big deal, because it is a big deal, because at the end of the day, he has admitted that 4 years ago, he did send some messages that were not appropriate. To me, my immediate well, let me just read his thing. The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. This is Dr. Disrespect himself. Let's cut the BS. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. Now, we found out his buddy at Midnight Society Game Studio just disavowed him, like many people will in the coming hours. My position is trying to be a little more nuanced, but I want to just read it how it is. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and we have made the difficult decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture that we have carefully crafted. I assume Doc still has a lot of financial reasons to hope that this game works out for him. Maybe he's still thinking about promoting it at some point. I don't know. To me, this game is probably DOA. So he continued, everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed these claims, I can now tell you my side of the story. Were there Twitch whisper messages with someone that there shouldn't have been, we'll say, back in 2017? The answer is yes. So he did message somebody who he shouldn't have been. Now, at this point, I think a lot of people will ask, like I'm asking, we need to see the messages. I need to see the messages before I can make a real determination. But I think that it's very reasonable for people to say, okay, well, he did it, and abandon ship. I think that's a very, valid way to react to this. He wrote, were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. So he was being, he was probably flirting with somebody that he shouldn't have been, which is exactly what I thought was going to come out this morning. After seeing things break down, but he also said, but nothing more. So I want to stop right there and tell you, or he continues, no pictures. Nothing against the law happened. No pictures, nothing, no crimes. I never met with any individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch And that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me. No criminal charges have ever been brought against me. So obviously, he was joking around, real or not, with somebody that he shouldn't have been. Probably, was it locker room talk? I don't know. Were there jokes about, if there's grass on the field, play ball kind of stuff? I don't know. Obviously, that would be far more concerning than joking around. I don't know. We don't know. And from the sources I've talked to, there are no logs for this. From a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should never have entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult husband and father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll own that. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no creep or P-word. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me, where I stand on these things, those type of people, F that. There's a different level of disgust that I hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as this type of things with your exaggerations. Get out of here with that stuff. But I think what I've said, what I needed to be saying regarding the ban itself, that's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. He goes on to say, to my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said all this sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys. Can't imagine, like you can't imagine, I have the best community and circle. If any of this has made you feel uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know that you always have been greatly appreciated. Trust me when I say this to all my haters that live and breathe on social media with zero real life experience. I don't give an F about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of garbage, that's fine, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with a family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with this heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, effing right. Now, obviously, since this, Turtle Beach has now ended their partnership with Dr. Disrespect. Here's what I can say in terms of the comment he made about, the weight lifted off his shoulders. In a perfect world, we'd see those messages, and those messages would just be like stupid locker room talk that shouldn't have happened. I can't speculate what it was. Nobody can. Obviously, people who really, really, really don't like Dr. Disrespect will take the worst possible scenario, and people who really support him will think it's just locker room talk, like I said, or something dumb. At no point has he met up with anybody or did anything like that. Obviously, here's what I can say: he did not get locked up, so obviously it wasn't the worst side of things. When you look at a lot of these statements that people have given, if it were the worst type of thing, the worst type of conversations, I would assume that, PD would have been involved and that all sorts of stuff, like that. A lot of people say, they weren't talking about Overwatch. I feel like obviously these messages never should have happened. Now, of course, the journalist industry putting stuff out, putting it behind paywalls is pretty sad. You see the act man here, no new information provided, no DMs shown, no evidence revealed, no names, no identities of the sources. Article put behind a paywall. There's nothing more than a summary of what we've already heard, except you now have to pay to read it. This stuff is getting old real fast. Where Slasher had shared this article from Bloomberg. A lot of people saying he's innocent. There's no proof. Crowd going to be real quiet all of a sudden. I don't know. There was no proof provided in this article. But what matters is Doc, he admitted it. Was it a mistake? Obviously, right? This is his business partner. This is a statement from me personally. It does not reflect any of my companies. It has not gone through any legal or PR approvals. If you message someone you shouldn't be, I cannot work with you, period. I promised to only act on facts, and I did. You know, I think, you know, without seeing the messages, it's hard to completely say this guy is the worst on the planet. You know, he never tried to meet up with anybody. He never tried to, you know, as far as we know, I have seen no claims of anything totally out of pocket that he said. Obviously, you know, messaging this type of, you know, anybody in this type of scenario is not good. It's not okay. You know, look, I have a Discord or a Guilded. I don't know how old everyone is in that, you know, in that conversation. What we don't know is, did he know when he messaged them? What did he message them? And the fact of the matter is, we're never going to know. My sources tell me there are no logs. There's nothing like that that's ever going to come out. So now all we have are people who will say, well, it was obviously the worst possible thing. He must have been trying to meet up with them, this, that, and the other thing. And people like, more in my camp that are like, well, yes, he should not be messaging anybody. I'm concerned just because I cover people who get canceled for this kind of stuff. You know, I would like to know more. Unfortunately, I'm not going to know more. For me, you know, Doc has been a revolutionary individual in the streaming world. None of this really changes that. You know, his own admission here is all most people probably need to know. He did message somebody. That's why he got cut. But also, he was never broke any laws. Obviously, if he did, Twitch would not have paid out his contract. He'd be locked up. More people would absolutely know about it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you abandoning Doc? Is this too far? Are you Champions Club for life? Because I suspect this will probably be the last we hear about it. I hope you're informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it and subscribe or follow down below for more updates. Daily, I do 4 to 5 videos plus live stream every day at 1 Eastern, noon Central.